All right, I want to talk a little bit right now about 2009 Tri-Citian of the Year. That was a year ago, 2009. Do you remember who it was? Okay. I want to give you some other hints. Shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Sometimes he wears a uniform. He's served on so many groups in our community, I don't have enough time up here to list them all. But a lot, and a lot of us know him because we've served with him. He's highly respected by his staff. They wear uniforms too. And you know what? He carries a gun as part of his job. You are right if you remember Ken Hohenberg, Kennewick Police Chief. Ken, come on up here. Well, he's walking up here because we have something for him. I want to tell you a little something about Ken Hohenberg. You probably already know this. I've personally told him this a couple of times, but this is a man who gives it away. He gives it away. And let me tell you what I mean by that, because I know that sounds strange, but come on. He is very skilled. He's very competent. He would be the center of praise from a lot of people. But what I mean by he gives it away is that he is always praising others. And that is such a wonderful and unique skill and characteristic, and one that we all value. He's always telling us, goes out of his way, everybody, about folks doing a good job. And when you get that kind of a message from a man like Ken Hohenberg, that's really important. All right. Mr. Hohenberg. Here's what we have for Ken tonight. You've looked at this already, haven't you?
Rob and Judy do great work.
Do you think it's a good likeness of you? Obviously, it is a photo.
It looks better than I do.
They have really done an excellent job of capturing him. We're going to leave it up here because I don't want, that would be kind of strange for Kim to take it back to his table. But I want to encourage you to take a look at it, because what you see here is a very, very friendly man. Police chief who's a friendly man. I like that.
Thank you,
Kim.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It is a tradition to toast our past Tri-Citians of the Year. And so it is my honor to do that tonight. As I look about this group, I think that probably everyone in this room has given back to their community in one way or another. You know, perhaps through a service organization or through their church, could be through the schools or some other public service. But the ladies and gentlemen that we've honored at this event over the years have really taken community service to the next level. So with honor and humility, I raise my glass to the past Tri-Citians of the Year who have really transformed this community into the best place to live in the state. Hear, hear. All right.
All right, now we're in for a special treat. Special treat, our guest speaker, retired Washington Capitals goaltender Olie Kolzig. Before he takes over, I want to tell you a little bit about Olie. Just got to meet him tonight. One of the special things of my evening, Olie, thank you. First, I'm glad that we're on his schedule this week. This man is a busy man. And how do I know that? Because he's been on our air at KNDU TV almost every day this week. So I know he's been very busy. Yeah, good. As you know, he's the owner of the Tri-City Americans. They're playing tonight in Calgary. Game 1 of the WHL Championship, having already earned the Western Conference Championship, first time in team history. Kolzig stepped up with Stu Barnes and Dennis Lohman to purchase the Americans and ensure that they would stay here in the Tri-Cities. Pretty important. A businessman. Just Wednesday, the official opening of the Responding to Autism Center, project Olie and his wife Kristen have devoted themselves to for several years now. A husband and wife duo also formed the Carson Kolzig Foundation. They are relentless advocates for autism. They are constantly looking for programs to support families and education, for research, for programs that touch the lives of children. The Kolzigs have 3 children of their own. So that's one side of Olie. But now there's this whole other side. He's a professional athlete. He played for 14 bruising years, 14 years for the Washington Capitals hockey team, professional, the highest level. In that time, he's earned numerous awards, a lot of awards, like King Clancy Memorial Trophy, the NHL Foundation Player Award. But you know what I thought was kind of interesting as I was reviewing that, looking at all this information about Olie and all these awards that he's won? There's like this central theme that kind of floats through all of these things about his life. Here is a man with special athletic ability. I mean special. When you play professional hockey, any sport like that, you have special talent. He's taken that talent, he's turned it into a force of influence. He's a humanitarian. He's turned that into a positive message for children. People like that are rare. Don't you think even more rare in the world of professional sports? So he's a rare guy. And aren't we lucky that he lives here? They're moving here, by the way. They're moving here permanently coming up this summer. And we are lucky to have him, whole family. All right, before he takes over to share some inspirational thoughts with us, we have about a 3-minute video that's been put together by some folks back east, and let's take a look at that.
Showtime! The camera's on!
I mean, really, we're big kids playing a game.
Waiting for you to pull off a triple Salco.
We're very fortunate to be doing what we're doing, and for me to be doing it as long as I've been doing it.
Yeah, the old blind squirrel finds them out every once in a while.
I would never have thought back in '89 when I got drafted that I would be, 17 years into this thing. I thought, hey, I'd be happy if I just played one NHL game, and hey, I can say I played in the NHL. I mean, we obviously work hard for where we are and what we do, but there's other people that work hard that aren't nearly as, compensated or treated as well. And so it's not an obligation or a duty, but to give back to the community. And I love kids. I mean, I always have, and obviously I have 3 of my own now, and I feel that being a kid and being sick shouldn't go hand in hand.
Kolzig's charitable work took on a very personal meaning when his son Carson was diagnosed with autism.
When I first heard about autism, I thought of Rain Man. It was a person that's just in his own world and just is repetitive and very intellectual. But autism is a very broad spectrum, from very high functioning to, where maybe someone needs to be institutionalized.
Olie got through the initial shock of the diagnosis thanks to Scott Mellenby, whose son is also autistic.
Scotty didn't sugarcoat anything. He was blunt with me. He said, you're going to be in for a long road. It's going to test your marriage. It's going to test your patience. It's a very destructive disorder. The world of autism just doesn't affect one individual. It affects a whole family. I owe a lot to Scotty because he really smoothed the waters for us.
Knowing other autistic families could use the help, Kolzig, Mellenby, and retired goalie Byron Defoe started Athletes Against Autism.
We have such a power, I guess you can call it. People look up to you, and if what I do can help make a difference in the world of autism, then I'm going to continue doing it and try to be even more successful on the ice so that, to become more influential in the world of autism. To see everybody hop on board, not only athletes that have someone affected with autism, but athletes that just believe in the cause and want to help support it. It's great, and it really obviously it touches our heart.
The charity and his son have both come a long way.
We were lucky that our son got diagnosed early because he's absolutely made phenomenal strides, and I had all these wishes and dreams when he was born. I'm going to get him on skates when he's 3 years old or 2 years old. He's going to play hockey when he's 4, just like his dad. He's going to play golf with his dad. You know, all these things that every father dreams of when you have a child. Then you get hit with this, and all of a sudden your dreams are dashed. I'm going to be hopeful that my son knows who I am and comes jumping in my arms when I walk through the door. To me, that was my ultimate goal. But now, this past Christmas, I bought Carson a pair of skates, and within the next week or so, we're going to go out here and take a twirl.